Hey guys, how's it going? M&M Gaming here, and today we're back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about PlayStation Plus increase and what I think, what I hope, what I expect from this increase, all my thoughts on that, all that good stuff. Then I'm going to be talking about PS Now, going to PC, as well as Sony copyright striking videos with the PlayStation 4 Slim image in the video. Just my opinions on this, all that good stuff, so bear in mind, just an opinionated video. I've been very busy lately, so I do apologise if this video is very late, but if there was one thing, I'd have left it. If it was two things, maybe left it, but three, I had to make a video on it, guys. Do you know what I mean? So before we get into this, I do apologise, it is late, I will probably ramble on, but before we get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to a new YouTuber on YouTube. Known this guy for a long time on Twitter, as well as YouTube. He's subscribed to my channel for a very long time, put up with my content, so I don't know how he's done it, but thank you very much. And that's me, Tony Montana. Now, I'm probably butchering his name, like I do with most people's names, but I'm going to put his name in the description, as well as his Twitter handle. Go follow him on Twitter, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's growing at a really fast rate. He's got 3 videos. It's awesome to see him doing really well. He also puts a lot of effort into his videos, thumbnails, etc. So go check him out, all that good stuff. Now, without further ado, let's just get into it with the PlayStation Plus $10 increase for North America and Canada, I believe. For me, this is not a big deal because us in the UK, we've been paying it since last September, so really we're not really seeing much of a difference. It's not increasing for us. I know that sort of sounds selfish, but at the same time we have been paying it for nearly 9 months, so it's not that selfish. We've kind of, you know, took it like troopers that we are, just took it on the chin. There's been a lot of breakdown over this. I can't understand it. Ultimately, we all want Sony to do a better service. The only way they can do that, knowing Sony, they probably won't, but what I'm saying is the only way they can do that is realistically increasing the price. They have to match Microsoft really to, if they're going to give the same level as Microsoft and the same level games, etc., you have to charge the same price. They're a business, they're in the lead, they've got 40 million consumers. They're obviously going to do some moves like this, and it's just business first. You know, it is what it is. Of course it's frustrating for those who didn't have to already pay it like myself, but yeah, what I'd recommend to anyone who's frustrated about this is go to things like CD keys and just search on Google for cheap PS Plus codes. You can get them at a really discounted price. PlayStation Plus codes as well also stack, so if you can find them really cheap, get about, if you've got extra cash, get about 3 or 4. Your 4 years sorted. Doesn't matter if it's increased because you've got 4 years down the line. That's my recommendation. Obviously you don't have to do that. You can pay full price at retailers and whatnot, but that's just my opinion. Let me know down below. What do I want from this service? I think they have to be brave with this, and I think they need to cut Vita support, and I think they need to cut PS3 support. PS3, there ain't nobody's gonna be missing out on that. If you own PlayStation Plus and you're a PS3 owner, and still you probably have a PS4. Like, the people who don't have a PS4 and still have a PS3, they're probably sorted because they don't have to pay for online. They're fine, they don't have to pay for online. So really, okay, they might not get games every month, but they also don't have to pay every month. So swings and roundabouts really, innit? So I cut those two services, Vita and PS3, and what I do is give a new really good, not terrible, not, you know, some trash, but like some really good indie games. Now, indie games have a terrible reputation because there's a lot of terrible indie games, but I'm not talking just Pix the Cat or whatever, some terrible games or whatever. I'm talking SteamWorld Heist, Alien Nation, Dead Nation, Resogun. These are the sort of games, new day one, that they should be giving to consumers. I think if you launched, let's just say Matterfall, the new Housemarque game. Let's just say you launched Matterfall and it came day and date with PlayStation Plus. I don't know who would be upset about that. I certainly wouldn't. And there's a lot of potential to do that. And it's worked really, really wonders with, what's they called? Rocket League. Worked wonders with them. And yeah, I think it could really help, Obviously Sony would have to front the money, but they're getting extra money, so I think they'll be able to afford it. The next thing is, I think every other month, not every month, but every other month, they should give out a AAA game. Now, because this is what people ask for, and that's what you should give your consumers, is what they ask for. Me personally, I get every game I'm interested in. There's very rarely a AAA game that I'm interested in that I don't buy. I'm not saying it never happens, what I'm saying is it's very rare for me personally. But if you gave a consumer Knack, which is not a very good game, but it's AAA and it was $60 and it was advertised, people would be happy about that. But if you gave somebody Resogun, or you gave them Dead Nation or Alien Nation, they would be angry about that because it's not a AAA game. So basically consumers want what they think is the most valuable thing. To me, it's not the most valuable, but to be fair, let me just put this very straight. When I'm saying there's fantastic indie games out there, Sony has not been giving out fantastic indie games as of late. So I think they need to just give a top quality indie game every single month for free, launching day and day, and I think people would be happy with that. And then every other month, a AAA game, even if it's old launch stuff, shovelware that nobody really wants, people would be happy for some reason. But that's just my opinion, let me know yours down below. Next thing, PlayStation Now on PC. If you don't know what PS Now is, basically it's a streaming service like Netflix, where basically you stream through the internet PS3 games. There's some really good ones on there. There's like 400 games. Now, not all 400 are masterpieces, but there's the Uncharted series, the Resistance series, the God of War series, The Last of Us. So yeah, there's a lot of games on there. I think this is a fantastic service, and I think it's definitely worth the money. But there's a little bit of confusion around this, so I'm going to explain. Some people think that because Sony is dropping this now, this means that PlayStation 4 games are going to start dripping into PlayStation Now. Will this happen in the future? Yes, probably around about PlayStation 5. But will it happen anytime soon? No. And the reason is, Sony is putting out this streaming service with PlayStation 2 games and probably PlayStation 1 games when they sort out an emulating service for it. PlayStation 3 games, they've already got that. Maybe Vita games in the future, who knows? But it's all old games to get people into the Sony, I guess, ecosystem, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I think it's good, it's a smart move. But if you're worrying that Sony is, kind of doing what Microsoft's doing, putting their games day and date with the PC, I don't think you have to worry about that, because Sony is almost a little bit too strict with their exclusives. Sometimes it's kind of like, if it's only on PlayStation on the box, that's where it's staying. Do you know what I mean? You look at, for example, the new Spider-Man game. That is only on PlayStation, that's where it will stay. Uncharted 4, until the PS5, that is, will only be on PlayStation. So there's definitely, I see people saying there's no value in the PlayStation 4, which I think is a little bit strange, bearing in mind PlayStation, if you want to wait till 2019 to play Uncharted 4, you can do what you want, but I wouldn't recommend it because the game's fantastic. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. If you want to wait, then that's fine. But I think people have blown this out of proportion because, again, the fake console war stuff, you know, basically the Xbox, it kind of doesn't have any true exclusives. Like Persona 5, amazing game, can't wait for it, but that's not a true exclusive because it's on the PS3. What else? I think the Hideo Kojima game is also going to the PC. That is not a true exclusive, but something like Uncharted is a true exclusive. Ratchet and Clank is a true exclusive, if you see what I mean. So I don't think you need to worry about that happening anytime soon, but again, I could be wrong. But if it does happen, I will say this: if Sony starts putting PS4 games on PlayStation Now, you can guarantee that that thing's gonna be extremely expensive. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like $60 a goddamn month, because Sony would feel that they could get away with it. You know what I mean? But we'll have to see what happens. But I don't think you'll be playing Uncharted 4 on your PC anytime soon, sadly, for the PC fans out there. The last thing I wanted to talk about, and I do apologise if this is a little bit of a longer video, but PlayStation 4 Slim copyright strikes on YouTube channels. Now, this is a little bit of a touchy subject. I'm going to give you what's happened and my opinion on what's happened. So basically, a lot of YouTube channels have been basically going out there really excited about the Slim, or negative, or whatever. You know, on YouTube it's always one or the other, and basically put in the thumbnail a picture of the Slim, maybe throughout the video a picture of the Slim. Even some lucky people who have got the Slim are doing unboxing videos and stuff, and some people are using that unboxing video in their videos under the fair use law. But you see, Sony is basically copyright striking these videos for doing that. Now, what do I think of this? It frustrates me, and I'll tell you why it frustrates me. I've many a time had a problem with copyright strikes on my videos, and I've literally done nothing wrong in some of them. I did a few, when I first come onto YouTube, a few live streams of FIFA, forgot to turn the music off. That's fair enough. I made a mistake, but ultimately there was music playing in the background. I have no right to complain if EA or whoever takes down that video because it's using copyrighted material when I'm not allowed to. That's fine, I have no problem with that. But I've also made Ratchet and Clank video. I basically did my first impressions of Ratchet and Clank and used a little bit of Ratchet and Clank footage in the game. So I recorded it on my PS4, put it up. The NDAs were already done, there was reviews out, and they took down my video because it had a cutscene in, which I thought, that's not really fair, is it? Do you know what I mean? Also, I did a, now I see obviously rumours. I'm not pretending to be an insider or anything because I'm not, but I see a lot of rumours on YouTube, and I like to speak about them. You know, I speak about them very early. You know, I'm not pretending that everything I say is the truth, but what I'm saying is they're just rumours that I predict or give my opinion on. Well, I did it with Spider-Man around about, is it 9 months ago? I can't even remember. It was a long time ago, maybe 6-9 months ago. I talked about Spider-Man, and I said it was going to be made by Sucker Punch. Now, I had that video taken down and copyright on it, and I didn't understand why, because again, I'm not pretending to know the copyright system inside and out, but I didn't have any music, I didn't have any sound. Very much like this video, I just used game footage on my PS4, so it was very strange to me. And I noticed about 3 days after E3 I actually had the video copyright strike, or whatever you call it, taken off the video. Interesting, but it is what it is. Maybe I did something wrong, it's very, very possible, but I think it was a little bit too coincidental. 3 days after E3 and Spider-Man was announced, I had a Spider-Man video taken down. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I think it was a little bit too coincidental. But again, with this, I haven't had my video of my slim impressions taken down because ultimately I did not use any copyright images. I did not use a picture of the slim. I did not use the slim in a thumbnail. So therefore, I'm not breaking any NDAs, I'm not breaking any copyright strikes, and that's the problem. People are using these images and they are not allowed to use them for whatever reason. Now, my opinion is Sony should just let them go. You know, if somebody on YouTube is talking about the PlayStation Slim and Sony doesn't comment on it or does nothing on it, then people are going to think, oh, is it fake? Is it a leak? Is it just rumors? Some people think it's real. It will build a lot of buzz around your product. Now, that's what you want when you launch a new console. You want buzz around a product. If you're taking down the videos talking about it, you're not really building any buzz around the product. As we know, a lot of people like EA, Rockstar, Ubisoft, all these sort of people are very much moving more to social media to promote their games than actually E3 and stuff. So, to be honest with you guys, we have to look at it on both sides. There's always two sides to an argument. Sony is probably legally, now I don't know the official legal system, I'm not a lawyer. Legally, they're probably allowed to take down these videos. They're probably using copyrighted images, whatever, okay? But really, on a business standpoint, in my opinion, Sony should keep the videos up, even if they don't like what's being said in the videos, because it builds hype around the system. Now the people at Sony, let's not pretend here, are a lot smarter than me. But even I know, I'm an idiot, and even I know that positive or negative press is better than no press at all. Not talking about something and having people build up and hype up this system for you will make it a success. Now, we only have to look at No Man's Sky. It's an indie game that is $600, $60. It's $60 indie game, yet it's the second biggest PlayStation 4 console exclusive launch this generation. So to me, that was through word of mouth, that was from people talking, getting hyped about the game. People didn't really need anything else but to talk about and get hyped about the game. That was a lot through social media, why that game was so successful. And I think the Slim could do it as well. You know, people were unhappy about it, happy about it, but negative press is better than no press at all. So my closing statement on the whole thing is, Sony's probably well within their rights to take down the video. Sony's probably well in their rights not to have people posting these images and all that sort of stuff. But to me, they'd have been better off, and in the future, when I'm sure the Neo is leaked and we're all just scratching our heads, is it real and whatnot? Let me tell you something, if you're taking down videos with that image in, people are going to know it's real. So ultimately, if the cat's out the bag, the cat's out the bag. It didn't stop the Xbox One S selling. It didn't stop the hype of Spider-Man at E3. It didn't do really anything. You know what I mean? There was leaks for Uncharted 4 before it came out. There was story spoilers and endings for Uncharted 4 before it came out. But it's still one of the best games this generation, in my opinion. So I just think Sony needs to chill. You know what I mean? I'm a big Sony fan, but I honestly think they just need to chill with this copyright stuff. They did it with No Man's Sky. I can kind of understand with No Man's Sky, similar to like how they did with The Division. The game has massive updates that change the game, as well as, you know, online features and all that sort of stuff that change the game. I understand that and I respect that, but at the same time, yeah, I think they just need to just chill out with this whole copyright stuff, because ultimately I just think it doesn't really do you any good. It makes people upset, makes people annoyed, and it gives people who already don't like you a reason not to like you. But that's just my opinion. Let me know down below your opinion. But as always guys, this has been Eminem Gaming. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in a new video very soon.